Goku finally accepts himself as a Saiyan and awakens the ancestral Saiyan power that his father even used in the past. But calm down, because I will show you everything in today's video, as this development of Goku's is really very interesting. So, without further delay, let's go. In the Granola Saga, we had one of the most symbolic moments in Goku's entire trajectory. It was there that for the first time he really began to understand what it means to be a true Saiyan. Until then, Goku had always fought with a pure heart for the excitement of battle, the will to test himself, but not exactly for the essence of what defines the Saiyan race. When he heard the words of his father Bardock recorded on planet Cereal, something awakened within him, a deep connection with his origins, with the warrior blood that had always pulsed in his veins, but which he had never fully comprehended. The impact of that moment was gigantic. Upon hearing Bardock say that a true Saiyan fights to win, regardless of the circumstances or the possibility of defeat, Goku understood that the Saiyan's strength does not come only from brute power, but from unbreakable determination. Bardock was not just a warrior, he was the pure representation of Saiyan will, to fight until the end, even when the whole world seems to be against you. That made Goku reflect on all the times he had retreated or doubted his own potential. For the first time, he saw in the mirror the inheritance of the man who brought him into the world. Throughout the entire saga, Goku had been trying to master Ultra Instinct, a power of the gods that demanded calmness, clarity, and detachment from emotions. But upon hearing Bardock's past, he realized that true strength is not in denying who you are, but in accepting your nature. Saiyans are moved by passion, pride, and the will to win, and Goku, by understanding this, managed to harmonize divine power with the heart of a mortal warrior. It was the birth of what many call true Ultra Instinct. The fight against Gas was the turning point. Even after being defeated several times, even when there seemed to be no way out, Goku got up, and not out of rage, not out of revenge, but out of pure determination. He remembered his father's words and understood. The true Saiyan does not fight because he believes he will win. He fights because refusing to fall is what makes him a warrior. This understanding transformed the way Goku faced his battles from then on. It is interesting to realize how at that moment the bond between father and son strengthened even with time and death separating them. Bardock, without knowing it, was responsible for molding the heart of the warrior who would save universes. The words he left on Cereal echoed in Goku's soul like an ancestral flame, reigniting something that was dormant. He stopped fighting just for fun. He started fighting with purpose, with a sense of pride and identity. Goku has always been different from the other Saiyans. He did not have Vegeta's same ego, nor the same thirst for destruction as the ancient warriors of planet Vegeta. But deep down, he always had something that made him the purest representative of his race, the courage to never give up. Bardock had that, and Goku inherited that essence naturally. Hearing his father's voice, he finally understood why his spirit was so resilient. The Granola Saga served as a mirror for Goku. It showed that true strength is not in techniques, transformations, or titles, but in what the heart is capable of sustaining even in the face of the impossible. Bardock, when facing Gas in the past, fought without any kind of advantage, but still refused to fall. That same spirit was what allowed Goku to surpass his own limits centuries later, on the same battlefield. Seeing Goku remember his father during the confrontation was something deeply symbolic. For the first time, he was not just fighting to defeat an enemy. He was fighting to honor the memory and the blood that ran within him. It was as if time had closed in a cycle. The father who fought alone in the past now inspired the son who carried the future of multiple universes. This turnaround also brought a great evolution in the relationship between Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta, who always valued Saiyan pride above all else, saw a different reflection of the same flame in Goku. Goku did not display pride with words, but with actions. He showed that true Saiyan pride is not arrogance, it is resistance. It is the capacity to continue fighting even when there is no more hope. Goku's learning in that arc was something that elevated him spiritually. He understood that being a true Saiyan is accepting all parts of himself, the warrior, the human, the son, the father. It is a harmony between instinct and heart, something that goes beyond power. And that is why true Ultra Instinct manifests only when Goku is at peace with who he is and not trying to be something he is not. Bardock's words became a mantra. A Saiyan always fights to win. That phrase echoes not just as a life lesson, but as a philosophy of existence. It explains why Goku never abandons his friends, why he always gets up, why he never fears facing gods or monsters. It is proof that he is, in fact, the successor to Bardock's will, the true symbol of the Saiyan race. The Granola Saga did not just reveal secrets of the past, it completed Goku's identity. It showed that in the end, Ultra Instinct and the Saiyan spirit are not opposites, but complementary. And thanks to this, Goku became something that not even the gods could predict. A warrior who fights not by instinct nor for glory, but for an ideal inherited from his father, his people, and his own soul. And it is exactly this understanding that will make all the difference in the next battles. Because now Goku does not fight merely as a hero, he fights as the true representative of the Saiyan race, the heir to Bardock's will, and the man who carries the strength of all those who never gave up, even when destiny seemed impossible to change. When Goku finally understood the true meaning of Bardock's words, something within him changed forever. He realized that he no longer needed to strictly follow the path of the gods or try to imitate Whis' cold and calculated style. Ultra Instinct was not a technique that demanded the total abandonment of emotions. It was an extension of the spirit. By understanding this, Goku began to mold the power in his own way, allowing his emotions, courage, and Saiyan nature to flow freely. It was the moment when Ultra Instinct stopped being just a form and became a living manifestation of who Goku truly is. This new approach gave rise to what many called true Ultra Instinct. Unlike the previous version where Goku needed to maintain an almost divine calm, now he fought with an open heart, accepting his emotions as part of his strength. He could smile in the middle of a fight, feel the rage of seeing a friend injured, and still maintain the serenity of the gods. This fusion between emotion and instinct made his power achieve an unprecedented balance, something that not even the angels had foreseen. And it is precisely this balance that prepares the ground for the next evolution. True Ultra Instinct, by merging more and more with the Saiyan essence, tends to become something completely new, what many believe to be the Saiyan Instinct, a state where Goku not only reacts automatically, but also senses and anticipates based on his warrior instinct. It is the perfect fusion between the divine and the mortal, between calculation and animal instinct. It would be the climax of the Saiyan lineage, the ability to fight like a god, but feel like a man. This natural evolution may be accompanied by an even more impressive transformation, the so-called Golden Instinct. The idea is that Goku manages to combine the power of Ultra Instinct with that of Super Saiyan, uniting divine power with the golden flame that represents the pure strength of the Saiyan warriors. Imagine the serene body and automatic reflexes of Ultra Instinct mixed with the explosive and emotional energy of Super Saiyan. The result would be something that would surpass any known limit so far. This Golden Instinct would be in essence the true synthesis of what Goku became throughout his journey. From that innocent boy who fought with his heart to the divine warrior who challenges the gods, all his phases would converge to that moment. He would stop being just a Saiyan trying to reach the gods' level. He would be a warrior who created his own path, a unique force in the multiverse. And the most curious thing is that all this began with Bardock's distant voice, echoing from the past and awakening the dormant power in his son. With this transformation, Goku could fight in a totally different way. His movements would be a mixture of divine lightness and Saiyan brutality. He could alternate between smooth and unpredictable attacks and explosions of pure golden energy, delivering blows that carry both the control of Ultra Instinct and the intensity of a Super Saiyan. It would be the maximum point of the harmony between emotion and technique, the true climax of instinct. And most importantly, Goku would not achieve this power out of a desire to be the strongest, but out of the need to protect what he loves. That is the difference between him and the ancient warriors of his race. Bardock fought to save his children. Goku fights to protect his friends, his family, and the universe. This emotional connection is the fuel that makes the Golden Instinct possible because it is what unites divine serenity with the ardent flame of the Saiyan heart. In the end, this would be Goku's definitive form, not just the most powerful warrior, but the most complete, the one who managed to transform emotion, instinct, and divinity into a single perfect energy. Thus, by comprehending what it means to be a true Saiyan and completely accepting his nature, Goku not only mastered Ultra Instinct, but transcended his own limits and created something unique, a power that belongs neither to the gods nor to mortals, but to himself. The Golden Instinct would symbolize the perfect union between mind, body, and soul, between Bardock's legacy and the destiny that Goku chose to follow. It is the climax of Saiyan evolution, the point where emotion and instinct become a single force and the entire universe will recognize once again that the true Saiyan spirit never stops evolving. But comment on what you thought of all this and don't forget the like. Thank you very much for the support from all of you, and until next time.